How you guys doing? It is September 2nd, Sunday, 2018. Hoping you're having a wonderful day, guys. A blessed weekend indeed. I wanted to make this video to give you guys a little bit more of an update of what's going on with the whole Syria, Ukraine, Russia, Turkey, Iran, Israel, United States situation as a whole. What's going on, you know? What I can tell you is we've seen different Russian media outlets threatening and warning their audience of a direct confrontation by the U.S. And Russia over the whole Syria situation. And I've heard a lot of people come up with some pretty good theories on what's going on, all right? Because, you know, a little bit of a recap. In northern Syria, the Syrian army under Bashar al-Assad and Russia, maybe even Turkey in there as well, are about to start an offensive against this area called Idlib. All right, this is supposed to be the last safe haven for the rebels, and after this is done, basically the civil war is won and Bashar al-Assad stays in power. Okay, while all of this military might's been gathering around this region, all right, we've also seen other things happen. We've been seeing a very large military drill by Russia and China in eastern Russia. Okay, under the mask of all this happening, big smoke screen, we're seeing a lot of military hardware being moved from the middle of Russia to the Ukrainian border. And the last video I talked to you about, it was 2 days ago, the leader of Donetsk was assassinated. Now, there's a lot of rumors being spilled around. Really, no one knows. And if people say, oh, this, I've got sources, they're lying to you, okay? Most likely, what we can do is we can theorize, all right? And a lot of people believe that they're using this, the Russians are using this assassination as a political ploy for them to push harder into Ukraine. And that's why we've seen over the past couple weeks a lot of military hardware being sent from the middle of Russia to the Ukrainian border, okay? And, you know, keep that in your mind, because now we're jumping back to Syria. Now, this major offensive that's happening, or that's going to be happening in Idlib, some sources have put out that it could happen as early as the early morning hours of September 3rd. We're going to have to continue to watch that because that's tomorrow. But that's something that's going to happen in the next week or two, in my opinion. While that offensive is going on, that's going to grab the attention of the mainstream media. All right? And why would that, why is that? Right? Well, that's because the U.S. and the West are way more likely to get involved into Syria than they would the Ukraine. So if we see an offensive happen on Idlib, we need to also watch the Ukraine, because Russia, using this political ploy of this assassination of the leader of Donetsk, you know, very pro-Russian, him dying, they may use that to gain further ground into Ukraine. And the mainstream media most likely will not cover that because they'll be too busy. They're like a dog, you know, chasing a garbage truck or a bus. You know, they can only do one thing at a time, and they're going to focus on Syria. So Russia, you know, it's my theory, they're going to use that offensive in Syria to mask what's really going on with the Ukraine, to gather more land, to grab up more land. All right, this is a situation we're going to have to continue to watch, guys, because, you know, the situation with Ukraine and what's happening on the border right now, that's super important. It really is something we have to continue to watch. But also, this offensive with Idlib, you know, we need to watch that very, very closely. There are a lot of players in Syria right now, and I've been saying this for months and months and months, that there are a lot of players in Syria, and we need to watch, because I don't think that the powers to be are planning World War III right now. I just don't think that's something that's happening. I don't think they're like, okay, this is the situation. This event will happen. This event will happen, and it will cause these superpowers to go to war with each other. What I do believe is a miscalculation. All right, something happening, a missile not going where it's supposed to, a person being killed when they weren't supposed to, and that having a domino effect that could cause an event like World War III. All right, and with so many powers in Syria right now, all about to be fighting in this area the size of Connecticut, there's a lot of room for miscalculation. That's what we have to continue to watch, guys, all right? As more about it comes out, I'll let you guys know. We'll discuss it, okay? Got to watch these two areas very closely, all right? And if you are not a big believer in any of this, and you're just like, listen, the world's a effed up place, it's real screwy, this is just one of those situations, man, you gotta look at the research. You gotta look at how far Russia's come, how far China's come, the splintering of alliances in the EU, in the Western culture. Okay, there's a vacuum that was created during Obama's 8 years of his failed foreign policy, and Russia and China have been making headway. And so there is eventually going to come to a point where Russia and China will directly confront the United States of America. All right, and that will cause World War III. That's what we're really looking out for, because it's going to happen. All right, countries like Russia and China and America don't do all this land grabbing. Don't do all these political moves. Don't do all these military movements. All right, upgrading their military technology, spending more on their defense. They don't do all of that for nothing. All right, that's the U.S., Russia, China, Estonia, England, Spain, Italy, Greece. All these countries, they don't do it for nothing. They all have their own agendas. That's what we're kind of going to continue to watch, guys. Definitely keep your eyes on Ukraine. Definitely keep your eyes on Syria. As more information about comes out, we'll discuss it. I'll let you guys know. Have a wonderful day.